Welcome to the Bruce Williams channel. Here in this video, I would like to showcase the titanium Seamaster Professional 300 meter diver from Omega. This is the No Time to Die James Bond version. Now, before I jump into the dimensions and details, positives and negatives, first let me shout out Exquisite Timepieces. They're a great family-owned brick-and-mortar authorized dealer that lent this one in for review. I've worked with them for years. I've bought multiple watches from them. So if you're shopping for Omega or another brand, I'll leave a link and a recommendation here in the description of this video. Now let's start with what makes this different from a standard stainless steel professional 300 meter Seamaster. It's more than just the James Bond tie-in. So this is crafted out of grade 2 titanium, and that is found throughout the watch. It's on the case back. It's on the crown, actually both crowns here for the helium release crown and then the crown at the 3 o'clock position. It's found in the bezel. It's found in the tapering mesh and deployant buckle. So it's very light, very muted in terms of tone, and it will weigh in on this mesh at only 93 grams. So very comfortable, very lightweight, and I like the muted look. This doesn't grab your attention like a stainless steel variation does that has a lot of gloss in the ceramic. It's found in the bezel, it's found on the dial. There's a lot of polished elements. And then that one does not have a tapering bracelet, so it's a very hefty, serious watch that really grabs a lot of attention. And this Seamaster No Time to Die, it's really the opposite. In fact, this almost doesn't feel related to that stainless steel standard variation. And you could consider that a good thing. Some people would gravitate more toward the steel, but I really like this one. I think this has its place in the market. The nice thing about it is the fact that it's thinner, and then with this tapering mesh, it ends up being more comfortable. So the thinness comes down to the bezel execution with this scalloped edge, the dome of the hardened anodized aluminum bezel insert, and then there will be a domed box shape sapphire crystal. So there is a more natural transition from the lyre style lugs up to the scalloped bezel and then up to the synthetically created sapphire crystal that does have anti-reflective coating only on the underside of this crystal. Within the watch is the 8806 Metis certified coaxial movement from Omega. This is an in-house movement. It is the no date variation of the 8800 caliber, so very similar specifications except no date wheel and no ghost date position in the crown. 56 hours of power reserve, 25,200 beats every hour, a silicone hairspring, a free sprung balance, a full balance bridge, ceramic rotor bearings, a variable inertia adjustment system for regulating the movement, and then it will have a beautiful machine arabesque finish found throughout the rotor, the bridges, the plates, and you won't be able to see it because there is a closed titanium style case back with the uniform orientation on all of the watches, and that is due to the Naiad lock patented system for threading down the case back. Now on my wrist, 7.25 inches, this watch feels appropriate. 42 millimeters of case diameter, 49.6 in lug-to-lug distance, 13 in overall height with 20 millimeter lugs, and then again, that very nice taper in the mesh strap. And I do prefer this on the mesh as opposed to the NATO because the NATO adds a little bit of height. And one of the positive things about this is that thinner nature of this case and case back. That being said, let me reiterate the positives, and then I'll go into the negative elements or drawbacks that are a little bit subjective, but I think every watch has them. So pros, I like the lightweight nature. I like the muted look. I like the no date. I like the fact that this flies a little bit more under the radar. I really like the full loom. I really like the fact that it fits thinner on wrist than the standard stainless steel Seamaster or ceramic Seamaster or white gold Seamaster. And I do enjoy the 007 tie-in, not because I want to be a secret agent. I just think this one looks pretty dang awesome. And one of the things that I appreciate about Omega becoming the James Bond watch is the fact that, yes, us crazy watch collectors, we can appreciate it, but it takes the average James Bond fan and it funnels some of them into this hobby, and they can appreciate luxury watches, traditional watches from great brands like Omega, and I think that's a positive thing for our collector community. Now, negative elements. I think this is pretty pricey considering what you're getting here. $9,500 full retail on this tapering titanium mesh, and the full price of the Seamaster Professional 300-meter divers that do not tie into James Bond is quite a bit less, thousands of dollars less than this retail price. So yes, you are paying for some R&D and development for doing a titanium Seamaster, but a lot of this is, paying for that license. It's paying for the James Bond tie-in. And some people, that's going to be a turnoff. But yes, it's a little bit pricey, but it's still a great watch. I don't think it has the nice box. I think this just comes with a kind of fabric style case. So that's a little bit of a negative element. And then I think this could benefit from better and more layers of anti-reflective treatment, not just on the underside of this crystal, but on the top of the crystal as well. In my opinion, there are very few watches that don't need ARC, so that's going to be a running comment for a lot of the watches that I review. But other than that, a very fun piece. I like the fact that the Swatch Group is expanding beyond stainless steel. They're giving us titanium, they're giving us ceramic, they're doing white gold, although that one is probably out of the reach of many watch collectors' hands and budgets. But I like what they're doing with this design. I'm a fan of the design. Let me know if you have any specific questions. I'll do my best to answer those in the comments of this video. Again, recommendations will be in the description. I appreciate you taking the time to watch today. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.